All right, good afternoon. I am Saad Al-Aziz, the owner and head instructor of Semper Fortis Jiu-Jitsu here in San Antonio, Texas, and here to tackle this week's question of the week. So this week's question of the week was a pretty easy question. It was like, what can you do to improve your cardio for Jiu-Jitsu? Like the questioner was talking about, like maybe they do 1 or 2 rounds, and they're gassed, and they don't have the energy to do more rounds. And the answer is really easy. The answer is to do more jiu-jitsu. So let's say you start and you can only do 1 or 2 rounds. Then do that, and then try to push yourself and do a 3rd round. And then try to push yourself and see if you can get a 4th round in. And then eventually you'll work up to where you're doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5-minute rounds. Where basically you're gonna roll for an hour with no problem. And, of course you're gonna be tired, but your cardio will work up. Sometimes people are like, oh, should I do swimming, yoga, jogging, cycling, aerobics, and that's all good, but the only thing that will improve your cardio for jiu-jitsu significantly is to do more jiu-jitsu. So, all the other exercises, non-jiu-jitsu exercises, could be very good for your health, but for jiu-jitsu purposes, the only thing that's going to really improve your cardio in a significant way is to just do more jiu-jitsu. So you come in, and if you can see, there are people behind me, they're sparring, they're working their games, and they're tired. The alarm just went off to say, okay, that's the end of the first 5-minute round. And instead of taking a break, because it's usually different schools do it differently. Like some people are 30 seconds between rounds, some people are a minute between rounds. But instead of taking a break, and sitting a round out, find your next training partner and work your game. And don't worry about oh man, I got so tired that, this person easily tapped me. It's okay, because that's how you get better. Spar, and then, you'll build up your cardio. Your body will respond. So the more you train, the more you push your body, the more your body will respond, and your cardio will improve. So that's this week's question of the week. How do I improve my cardio for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Do more Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So spar more. If you want to be able to go 4, 5, 6, 5-minute rounds and do so comfortably without being totally exhausted, then you have to work your way up. So nobody walks in off the street and it's like, oh man, I'm just going to go, and spar for an hour and not have a problem. It's like, even people who are physically fit, I've had people come in and they're world-class runners, or they're active, very active, in great physical condition, and after 1 or 2 rounds, they get exhausted, and because it's a very demanding sport, and you're working all your muscles, and so, when you look at it from a novice point, you're like, oh, that doesn't look like I would get that tired. But then when you're in the moment, and you have somebody that's going 100% against you, and you're going 100% against them, and you're trying to choke each other or do joint locks, it's very exhausting. And so the only way to get better is do more jiu-jitsu. So that's this week's question of the week. Thank you so much for the question. And if you have a question for next week, just make a comment below, or as always, you see me in class, or shoot something to me on Facebook, and I'll give you my best answer. All right, thank you. Have a great night. Ciao.